Welcome one and all to another Mikey Live program. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. This is Grenada. We have in abundance sand, sea, sun, and if we are to put into context what we've had going on for us today, rain and a little melee. This is what we're all about here in the beautiful Spice Isle. Of course, I want to welcome the first-time viewers on the program. Your presence is appreciated here tonight. And the usual suspects would like to say hello and thank you for joining us. And of course, it's always a pleasure to have you. You know, you're the gatekeepers. So, of course, we appreciate you here all the time. Folks, we have a lot to tell you about tonight, and we ain't staying too long outside wet and things like that. I time for a little bit of cocoa tea with a little coconut mix, you know what I mean? A little saltfish with coconut oil, you know what I mean? That is what the time calls for right now. It's been raining cats and dogs, well, for the past, 12 or so hours or even more. And of course, there's been a lot of the dams and catchment systems that have been affected by that. I will talk about that. But while we are here complaining about the little water that we're getting, the folks out there in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they have nothing to boast about. Floods, landslides, homes destroyed. We'll talk about that and more when we return. In fact, we've got the COVID-19 update for you as well. RBTT ACB workers back on the job. We'll talk about that. And as we've said, we've brought over from yesterday today, Anslem Clouden, who is saying that marijuana should be legalized and not only decriminalized. We'll talk about that. And two new primary school libraries for Carriacou. We'll talk about that. And the Prime Minister says that some teachers are putting students' lives at risk. We're going to talk about that and more when we return on tonight's Mikey Live program. I'm your host again, Mikey Hutchinson. And I hail from Guave, Montgranby, Douglaston, Mount Nesbitt, Cloget, St. John. Big up all the people from all the parishes of Grenada. And of course, those of you who are outside of Grenada as well, we say hello to you. What we're going to do, we're going to take our first break and we will return shortly. I'd like to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of the Real Value IGA Supermarket, the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Codes Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, the Ministry of Health. Thank you to all our sponsors. We appreciate you. We take a break and we will be back.
The Small Business Development Fund is committed to providing support for your small business in these challenging times. We've upgraded our loan resources to ensure that your small business continues to thrive. Get business loans up to $40,000 with an unsecured limit of $10,000. Small businesses in agriculture, tourism, fisheries, and agro-processing will receive our unbeatable reduced interest rate of 3%. Get financial assistance for your small business today. Contact us at 459-0773 or via email at info.sbdf@gmail.com. The Small Business Development Fund, a program from the Government of Grenada supporting small business development.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy. Yeah?
Boy, line boy, your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Safe, effective COVID-19 vaccines will offer protection against the virus, helping to prevent death and serious illness. But how do they actually work? Like other vaccines, such as the flu shot, COVID-19 vaccines will be given with a needle. This triggers an immune response in the body, which is the body's natural way of defending itself. The vaccine will strengthen your immune system by training it to recognise and fight against the virus that causes COVID-19. Vaccines may contain either killed or weakened versions of the virus that causes the disease, or a small part of the virus, such as a protein. There is no risk that you will get the disease from a vaccine. When your immune system recognises this virus or parts of it in the vaccine as being foreign, it responds by creating memory cells and antibodies that will protect you against future infection or disease. As a result, you'll be less likely to have severe COVID-19 symptoms after a vaccination.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Well, that's right. Being prepared is important. And of course, now today was no ordinary day for the folks at NAWASA. Of course, I know the day started really busy for them as they had to respond to many calls of water outages. We received a correspondence from NAWASA saying that the National Water and Sewage Authority, NAWASA, wishes to advise consumers who are served by the following water systems of interruptions in the water supply, and that is due to dam blockages as a result of the heavy rain. We received this correspondence a couple hours ago. The areas are as follows: Mount Horn, and that's Mount Horn, Paradise, and Dunfermline, Grace Bakery, Pearls, Canal Road, Lafayette, and Simoon. Peggy's Whim water system, that affects Peggy's Whim, Hermitage, River Sally, Conference, Tivoli, Chantimel, Sauters, Mount Rose, Bathway, Rose Hill, Carriacou, St. John's, and Samaritan. These are all the areas that's affected there. Just imagine. Munich, that system affects persons who are in Munich, Mont Carmel, Marquis, Tuileries, parts of Tuileries, that is, Fontaine as well. Concord, that Concord system affects Concord, Grand Mall, Brizan, Mount Horn, Grenville, Rosemount, St. Cloud's, Balthazar, Grand Bras, Ford, Telescope, St. Mary's, Rivulet, Soubise, Cook Hill, The Villa, Mount Silly, Paraclete, Santopi Street, Columba, and the entire town of Grenville. I'm talking about, wait no. I realize that people not getting my notifications. What's going on? You understand? Me and Zuckerberg go tie up. I find Zuckerberg. Days now I find Zuckerberg trying to trick with me. We tie up Zuckerberg. We go tie up. Anyway, we're going again. All right, Maribo. Right, the Maribo system affects persons, for example, in Maribo, Sab, Bylands, Moncton, Grenville again. Well, you just listen. There were so many communities that were affected. And what Nawasa is saying that due to the nature of the challenges, a timeline for the restoration of water supply cannot be provided. And consumers, you are encouraged to utilize the stored water, the stored supply that you have that we've been talking about every night on the program. The others be playing, you just play. You understand? Now, the authorities say that they'd like to apologize for any inconveniences caused. I would like to thank you for your patience as they work towards the delivery of a safe, adequate, and reliable water supply. All right? I'm telling all everybody, that's how it is. That's how it is. You know? It was rain from since about 1 o'clock this morning, and it hasn't stopped raining up to now. You understand? Almost 24 hours of rain. You understand? Anyway, lady that talk there, we move in. So, Olia, the next thing we have to tell Olia about, boy, we've received the COVID-19 dashboard, the update. You understand? And the AstraZeneca vaccines, of course, the updates come within that update, right? Within the COVID-19 dashboard. And so we understand now that individuals are taking their first jab of the AstraZeneca vaccine. So now Grenada has moved to 12,570. All right. The number of individuals receiving the second dose of vaccine stands now at 2,376. The COVID-19 update produced by the Ministry of Health shows that Grenada currently has 2 active cases, all right, of COVID-19. And of course, the PCR test that's been done, 27,037. All right, and that's for that. All the other information we post on the page for all to see. Very important. Right now, from the police now, in light of a planned march by members of the Grenada Union of Teachers, the GOT, on Friday, 30th April 2021, from Tantine to the National Stadium, St. George, several streets may be closed for short periods to facilitate this activity. As a result, the Royal Grenada Police Force hereby advises the general public, and in particular motorists, that delays are anticipated between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 noon. Within the town of St. George, the RGPF would like to thank the general public for your cooperation and understanding, and regrets any inconvenience that may be. We born mass in the town tomorrow. Mass. All the shady program. What going on there? All the shady program. What, yo? Like, I going in my bed in the dog. Shady program. What I'm doing there? I'm getting 40 people share program. What it is? What the find out? What you calling him? Yo, look here. Anyway. Oh gosh. I can have 42 shares. 42. All you find is what is he feeling him again? All you feel like how to call him, look here, take all the time with me this time of the night, yeah? Without rain until I'm going to my bed. Anyway, I didn't bed in, first all of me. Okay, Olio, boy, there's been a minor flood warning that's been issued by the Met Office. You know, they are saying that persons can expect minor flooding that is possible in low-lying areas and poorly drained areas. So areas that are not properly drained and so on, they have proper drainage and all that. And now that we're coming out of a harsh month of just dryness, you can expect, you know, dry leaves and stuff to block up drains and so on. So due to all of that, the Met Office, they are saying that you can expect some possible flooding in areas that are so prone. But we'll talk more about that later on when we get into the weather segment of the program. Okay, so all you hear this piece, RBTT and the ACB workers, well, RBTT slash ACB, because you have known them as the RBTT workers and they have transitioned, kinda, all right? They are back on the job. So says the Mr. Andre Lewis. You know, they're saying that they are currently having talks and things might be looking a little favorable. The workers are satisfied with what they're hearing, and so they've decided to start back working.
Based on where we are so far, the workers are satisfied, and as of today, all the workers are back on the job. So they went in this morning with ACB, that's ACB Caribbean. And we all pleased with where we are so far. That's what I want to say at the moment. And therefore customers can look forward to be served in an efficient manner and to have the necessary staff, necessary workers at the bank to meet the demands. We are satisfied with where we are so far, and that has resulted in the workers and the union and the companies being satisfied, as I said, and the workers are back to work today.
All right, thank you very much. We'll come back to that next thing there. Yes, so that sounds good. The workers have been outside of the bank and they've been protesting weeks back to back, you know, and what they're asking for. You can't sell me. The bank has been going through a transition from one ownership or from one owner to the next, and the workers wanted the opportunity to decide whether or not they're going to be working with that new entity. You know, they don't want the other bank to just sneak out on them, their former employer. They want to be able to negotiate the terms of their employment, etc., etc., etc. And so it seems like conversation is heading in that direction now. Let's see what happens after. All right, oh yeah, we're moving on. So now we hear a lot of talk about the decriminalization of marijuana and so on. Now, and the legalization of marijuana in some quarters as well, not necessarily Grenada, but other countries. Anslem Clouden, an attorney at law, says that we must understand the distinction between decriminalization and legalization. He's calling on the authorities to do thorough work on that and speed up the process because it's a matter of urgency. You see? He says he represents all these kind of people who get locked up and these cases clog up the system. And so it's time to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, and you're zeroing, you're getting me real nice.
Yes, man.
I've called this press conference to amplify the shortcomings in certain comments made by the Minister of Agriculture with respect to the draft bill concerning the decriminalization of cannabis. That I haven't seen the bill. The minister said in his recent post-cabinet briefing that the bill is still in the drafting stage and that it will be circulated and that they know what people think they want. All of that is absolute irrelevant nonsense. Doesn't make any sense. We do not, and I speak on behalf of the community that I have represented for the past 25 years. And if we have arrived at a position whereby we have, in the face of odds, in the face of abhorrence and pronouncements by the Prime Minister that over his dead body there would be any legalization or decriminalization of marijuana, we have got to the point where the international economy, the global economy, the market for cannabis as medicine, apart from recreation, as medicine, has caused certain countries to not decriminalize, as the minister has said, but legalize. And I'm speaking on behalf of those whom I have represented on the media, social gatherings. I have even worked with the Canadians to ensure that it became a matter of national concern and national legislation, legalizing, importing, and the like of cannabis, both for medicine and recreation. I've been part of the doings and would like to relate it to the minister because I have all the legislation, all the scientific legislation that was commissioned by different scientific bodies in Canada. And so that I've been a progenitor, so to speak, in Grenada with respect to the legalization of marijuana.
Now, he's saying that if you only consider or focus on decriminalization of marijuana, still persons can get themselves caught up and be jailed for certain breaches.
So that my position on behalf of those I represent is as follows. Decriminalization is a minimal step, a minimal first step that is really not necessarily catering to the wider community. It only deals with, based on the minister's pronouncement, decriminalizing, taking it away from the Drug Prevention and Enforcement Act, putting it in the form of some SRO, I suspect the amendment would say, so that it becomes a ticketing offense. Well, an accused person is still in jeopardy of imprisonment as a result of any quantity if he exceeds whatever they propose to prescribe as the maximum you can have in your possession. And the thinking seemed to be, if you decriminalize, it's a minimum only for those smokers and not necessarily beyond there. And they would be given a ticket, but if they don't pay the ticket, then they go to court. And if they go to court or they don't appear in court for whatever reason, and if they go to court and plead guilty, they will be fined, and in neglect of paying the fine, they would be subject to imprisonment. So you would be fined and still in prison. So that is going nowhere to address the needs of the Grenadian people.
Thank you very much, Attorney at Law Anslem Clouden. Good news! Harveyvale and Hillsborough Government School is Carriacou, and they officially opened their doors to its brand new libraries on Friday, April 23rd, 2021. And I think that's exciting news to share with you guys.
2 new state-of-the-art school libraries have been opened in Carriacou, thanks to GND Schools Incorporated, also known as GSI. Harveyvale Government School received a 625 square foot newly constructed library, while Hillsborough Government School received a beautifully renovated library. The primary schools received the keys to their new libraries during official handing over ceremonies on April 23rd, 2021.
We hope our students, as a matter of fact, we know that our students, through this library out there, with all these new books, will surely somehow eradicate illiteracy in Carriacou.
Hillsborough Government School Library will be the cornerstone of this community and all the other surrounding villages. We are forever grateful, and we promise to take very good care of this worthwhile venture.
Let us know that this is an opportunity also to continue to foster a knowledge-driven community. Because as foundations are set for literacy, indeed we will be seeing future leaders.
I extend our heartfelt appreciation for this partnership in education and investment in our young children, the future.
Each school library features brand new furnishings and a collection of over 1,000 new books.
A school library on a school's compound completes the institution. It ensures that children are edified. A library lifts the educational standard of that institution. Now that such a valuable aspect of the school life has been restored, I'm encouraging all students to make good use of the school library.
Though the impact of COVID-19 has affected the rollout of GSI's Library Development Initiative over the past year, the organization is focused on its big vision of building libraries, increasing educational achievement, and growing learners.
We have done library launches, which is a mammoth achievement, but we have also done teacher training, and we are also engaged in the phonics-based program through the Spice Reader book. On behalf of our generous donors, Michael and Melanie Sherwood, Dan and Jane Lazinsby, local trustees Leo Gabbard, Lydon Ramdani, and Jason Roberts, along with the members of the GSI team, we say thanks for your enthusiasm and commitment.
To date, a total of 25 school libraries have been successfully completed and launched in public primary schools across the state of Grenada since the inception of GSI's Literacy Development Project, which began 6 years ago.
Just thought that we should share that with you. And all you hear that piece now, man? Grenada's Prime Minister says that some teachers are putting the lives of students at risk. He makes reference to this week's sick out by some teachers.
I want therefore to endorse the concern by the Ministry of Education, in particular the Minister, about some teachers who have, of course, decided to leave the students unattended by calling in sick. What is significant about this, and I believe every person in the country ought to be concerned, is that instructions, as I understood it, went out to teachers by the leadership of the union, indicating on Monday, on weekend, that they would have a sick out on Wednesday. They must have a sick out. Now, if you're sicking out because you're sick, that's one thing. But if you're sicking out based on some demand of some group, then clearly that cannot be considered, in my view, a sick out. But what is significant is the sick out was also in indicating the necessity for it, or the decision to do so. They were told not to tell the students. In other words, let them come to school and then tell them they have to go home midday. Now, you and I know that has consequences. I don't believe any serious person, any concerned person for our children's welfare would want to indicate that you should put a situation where the parents expect a child to be in class, in school. The parents may have gone to work. That child may be left unattended and no preparation for the welfare of this child. That this child then will tell to go home at 10 o'clock in the day. You know the society we're in. There are pedophiles outside there. We know them. We know they have them outside there. There are people, young children, whose minds are not as developed as others, may find themselves in compromising position with the opposite sex or similar sex, whatever they are. That's a problem. When no parents' guidance are out there, no support system, anything can happen.
It was the last thing that law enforcement expected to...
We're not ready for that one yet. Okay, so that's the Prime Minister, and he made these comments today in an engagement with some media personnel this morning. All right, we have posted a poll on our page on the chat. Do you agree that the sick out, in the manner that it was executed, put the lives of students at risk? Please answer yes or no to the poll. Once you're completed answering the poll, you can just tap outside anywhere in the conversation area, and the question will then disappear once you have completed your answer. Okay, all you. Still reeling off the effects of the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano, Vincentians are now dealing with mudslides and flooding after heavy rain overnight and today.
Oh my God! What? Hey! Jesus! Jesus!
Folks, that's the nature of what the Vincentians had to go through today. As they experienced several hours of consistent rain, it resulted in a blockage of drains and, of course, compounded with the ashes that has been falling in some of these areas for weeks now. There was just no way for the water to pass, and, of course, it was like a river in some communities. And, of course, now more than ever, we have to continue our prayers for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because they're moving from one natural disaster to another, and that rain just compounds the situation in some instances. While some wanted it, it may have its benefits, but of course that also comes with its own challenges. All right. Okay, so let's, before we switch to our commercial break, tell you about a special that is on right now at Spice Isle Jewelry. They say Happy Mother's Day to all. For the most essential person in our lives, 40% off on items over $115. That ends on Saturday, Saturday, May 8th. They say that social distancing and masks policy is enforced once you're in at the Spice Isle Jewelry. Let us take a look at the responses so far on our polls. We've asked the question, do you agree that teachers are putting the students' lives at risk with the sick out and, of course, the manner of its execution? We have 42% of the respondents saying yes, it puts their lives at risk, while 58% of respondents are saying no, it doesn't. Again, to the question, do you agree that teachers are putting the students' lives at risk with the sick out? We have 42% of our respondents saying yes, it does, and we have now 43% saying yes, it does, and 57% saying no, it doesn't. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break and come back with the national report and the weather.
The Small Business Development Fund is committed to providing support for your small business in these challenging times. We've upgraded our loan resources to ensure that your small business continues to thrive. Get business loans up to $40,000 with an unsecured limit of $10,000. Small businesses in agriculture, tourism, fisheries, and agro-processing will receive our unbeatable reduced interest rate of 3%. Get financial assistance for your small business today. Contact us at 459-0773 or via email at info.sbdf@gmail.com. The Small Business Development Fund, a program from the Government of Grenada supporting small business development.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss this. Sunday, May 2nd, get ready to celebrate with more cash. This time, you can win US $15,000.
$15,000?
Yes, Miguel. 15 big ones. And tickets are just $13 US. But that's not all. To top it off, we're bringing Grenada's 5-time Soca Monarch, the Mad Rass, Boise. Tell me why you like. Bingo!
I write up in your front door like a Jehovah.
Yes! Boise performing live on stage. This is gonna be one for the record books. Get your tickets early for only $13 US. In Grenada, tickets are available at gotovet.com or from numerous box offices island-wide and our main office on Bruce Street Mall. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotovet.com. Sunday, May 2nd, don't miss the 20th edition of Waggity Virtual Bingo. Get your tickets now
And join the fun and excitement online.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Anywhere, at any time, and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Prime Minister expresses concern for welfare of students amidst current industrial action by some teachers. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Thursday, April 29, 2021, I am Sherry-Ann Noel. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has expressed concern for the well-being of the nation's students who were left unsupervised when some teachers engaged in protest action. In the continuing clamor for the immediate payment of the 4% salary increase due to them and other public officers for 2021. Some teachers engaged in a sick-out this week, leaving students in an unsupervised environment and forcing parents to make hasty arrangements for pickup. Speaking to members of the media on Thursday during his latest media engagement, Dr. Mitchell said while he has no issue with the teachers seeking their increases, the approach being taken could have serious repercussions.
I don't believe any serious person, any concerned person for our children's welfare would want to indicate that you should put a situation where the parents expect a child to be in class, in school. The parents may have gone to work. That child may be left unattended and no preparation for the welfare of this child. That this child then will tell to go home at 10 o'clock in the day. You know the society we're in. There are pedophiles outside there. We know them. We know they have them outside there. There are people, young children, whose minds are not as developed as others, may find themselves in compromising position with the opposite sex or similar sex, whatever they are. That's a problem. When no parents' guidance are there out there, no support system, anything can happen.
The Prime Minister has reiterated government's commitment to honor its obligation to pay the 4% increase, but he said it must be done at a time when the revenue earnings can facilitate the increased public sector wage bill. Government remains committed to meeting with the trade unions quarterly to review the country's fiscal situation to collectively determine when the level of revenue collection can accommodate the salary increases. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister stated that there is absolutely no comparison between government's inability to pay the 4% increase to public officers now and the country's contribution of $1 million to the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, following the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano.
Some people are saying, even saying, because if we could find $1 million to give the St. Vincent, that means we could find the money for the teachers. And for all teachers or all public servants. I think it's unfortunate that anyone would use the help to our brothers and sisters in St. Vincent who are in desperate shape as any basis why we should get additional support at this particular time from government. Because when we were flat on the ground, they didn't ask us, they had their own troubles. The government then had increases that they wanted to give their public servants, but they gave Grenada. I remember St. Vincent and all the OECS countries that the monies we normally have to pay for the upkeep of the OECS Secretariat, in some cases Grenada's contribution is literally almost $2 million a year. They took up the slack. All of them joined together and took to pay for Grenada's share. So they made direct financial contribution. And I'm assuming St. Vincent is state that we may be called upon, not yet officially through the OECS, to handle similarly until St. Vincent recovers.
Moving along, after years of patiently waiting, the farming community in Redmud can now breathe a sigh of relief as the sod was officially turned on Wednesday, signaling the commencement of work on the Redmud Feeder Road project. The project, which is projected to be completed in 7 months, forms part of the $48.6 million feeder road project, contracted to Hanover Construction Company Limited. Wednesday's sod turning ceremony was attended by Parliamentary Representative for St. Mark, Honourable Dr. Clarice Modest Kerwin, MP for St. Patrick West, Honourable Anthony Boson, representatives from Hanover Construction Company Limited, and Minister for Infrastructure Development, Senator Nolan Cox, and members of the community. Senator Cox says the project is an extremely important one for government as it serves a number of purposes.
This project serves one, to help with the road access that is needed in these areas, especially for the farming community that is here, but also to create employment opportunities for persons during this difficult time. So as government of Grenada, through the ministry, we are very excited and pleased to implement such a project at this time. We invest in our community, we invest in our people, and that is what we are most excited about. So I'm happy to see all the residents out here today and know that they're excited. Next time we're here, we should be walking or riding on some nice finished surface and driving, as a matter of fact.
Director of Construction and Operations at Hanover Construction, Richard Maharaj, says prior to the turning of the sod, his team met with members of the community on the plans in place for commencement of the work.
We went through with the community our plans, the time frame to do this job. It's a 7-month program. We also spoke with the community in terms of us employing members of the community on this project, which we have done throughout the Feeder Roads project. The fact that we will have technical expertise here on this project that we'll be sharing knowledge with the younger members of the community, and they're very happy with that. They're extremely happy that this road has commenced and will be starting. This road is extremely important, as we know, for the farmers, for them to access their crops, to reap their crops. So we're very pleased that we were able to mobilize here before the heavy rains commence.
Project manager Peter Copplestone gave a brief overview of the scope of works to be undertaken.
The Redmud Road is construction of approximately 900 metres of road. The road will be 4.3 metres wide and it will be made of concrete. We'll also be installing a concrete bridge, which will be a box culvert. That's at the junction where the existing road has collapsed with the streamers. We'll be installing that there. There'll be approximately 800 metres of box drain and curb and slipper drains, as well as 3 pipe culvert crossings. And there'll be about 100 metres of retaining wall as well.
Residents in the immediate community and surrounding areas will be employed on the project. This is a national report. The news will continue after the break.
Protect yourself and our community from COVID-19. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. If soap and water are not available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 70% alcohol. Use a tissue when blowing your nose, sneezing, or coughing. Immediately discard the tissue properly and wash or sanitize your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Let's do our part to ensure that each and every Grenadian remains healthy. To stay up to date, visit the Government of Grenada's webpage or the Ministry of Health's Facebook page. For more information, contact the Ministry of Health's hotline by calling 53-VIRUS. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell says vaccination is not a political issue and calls for the support of union, church leaders and employers to spread the word on the importance of being vaccinated. Dr. Mitchell was addressing members of the media during a special interview on Thursday. He said the link of the vaccination and economic benefits to be derived cannot be overemphasized as the country continues to work toward a return to normalcy.
I want to reiterate a call for all church leaders, business community, trade union leaders to demonstrate leadership by encouraging persons to get vaccinated. To me, the issue of vaccination is not a political issue. It is a health issue, it's a life issue. And it cannot be the government, the Prime Minister, or the Minister of Education, or the Minister of Health to talk about commitment to vaccinate or to protect ourselves. It cannot be left to us. Every single individual and every church leader, every community person, even if you are a shopkeeper and you're serious about your commitment to your society, when people come into your shop, you encourage them to protect themselves and to protect their families. So that's a responsibility of every single person in our society, and it should not be left to a political person or left up to a medical professional.
So far, over 12,500 Grenadians have received the first dose of the vaccine, and more than 2,000 have received the second dose. The Prime Minister's call for support comes during the observance of Vaccination Week, when people are being educated on the significance of the vaccine. It is also expected that many will take the opportunity to be vaccinated. Dr. Mitchell said government will continue to remind persons of their right to receive or refuse a vaccine. However, it is also the right of the employer to choose in the best interest of the company.
The government will not go to Parliament to pass a law that will say you must vaccinate everybody in the country. This is a law. We said we will not do that. But we make it really very clear that everyone should vaccinate to ensure that we can get back to where we want to be. But we also make it clear that it's the right of employers to insist that you must vaccinate. I don't see a conflict there.
The Grenadian leader stressed that the vaccine gives the basic condition to protect ourselves and livelihoods and creates a safer path to return to normality.
If you are vaccinated with 2 doses, in most cases of the different vaccines, then you can go out even without a mask outside it. But they told you not to go in very large gatherings because you can in fact infect people. I think the issue has to be vaccination. And similarly, if we want to create more jobs and more opportunities, then we have to vaccinate because it will give us the basic condition in which to protect ourselves.
Now for a recap of the top story. Prime Minister expresses concern for welfare of students amidst current industrial action by some teachers. And with this, we come to the end of the National Report for Thursday, April 29, 2021. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sharian Noel, thanking you for viewing.
All right, Sharian, thank you very much. And the rest of the team at the GIS. Now for a look at tonight's weather. Let's see what's happening there. And it's still a bit overcast and there's possibility of rain. The weather, cloudy to overcast with some light to moderate showers, rain, and the possibility of isolated thunder showers. There's a warning, minor flooding possible in low-lying and poorly drained areas. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 24 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 4 feet in open waters. And that is your weather report. And let's just pick up a few people on the program. Well, the usual suspects. Shemaine and Kireen and Shireen and Raphael, Michelle, Kimo, Angel, and did I say Shireen? Shum, and Suzette. How are you doing, Suzette? As well, we have with us Rolanda. Wait. Who else is with us? There's another Michelle, well, several Michelles, in fact. Where's the other Suzette? There was Suzette. Where's the other Suzette? I haven't seen the other Suzette. Suzette, what did you do with the other Suzette? Suzette, what did you do? Okay, with the other Suzette. Who else is there? At 5 to 5. Okay, wait. Why is that one right? Who else is with us? Zaka, Glenda, Dolores, Doris, Cassie, and Bermuda. Brenda. Hey, Brenda, what's happening? How are you? Well, thank you for joining us, Brenda. Ketty, how are you? And Spice Girl. I always pick up Angel. What are you talking about? I always pick up Celine. How are you? I always pick up Angel. What Angel talking about? Yvonne. See her name there. Wait. Vaughn Marie Baptiste. Okay. Jennifer. Okay. Wait, that was Brenda Bascom? As Suzette? Nah. Laugh L.A. Philip. Lynette. How are you? Cynthia. How are you as well? Well, I say Yvonne already, right? Yeah, big up to you, Yvonne. How's the area down there? Kingsley. Wait. We have the Mackenzie family take over tonight. That's all the program. Mariel. Avril. Yes, the usual suspects. They had to pick up all. Well, I know already. So anyway, all they take care of all yourself. Yeah, Papa. I hear small man food coming, so it's mass. Anyway, take care and may God richly bless you and your family. Take care of yourselves. All right, let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No. All the best again. And yeah, boy. Tomorrow, Friday. Well, let me see what's going on now. Poke. Take care. Goodbye.